Hello everyone, tylovsims, and welcome back. This is part 3 of the room-to-room kind of aesthetic styling update for our future house in real life. So if you watched the last video, we did the kitchen, and you'll notice that this kitchen has a couple of updates. So I swapped out the cabinets for this one just because the last ones that we had were these, and I didn't like how much glass were on them. And I could have kept it in the similar swatch, but and where like it looks good, kind of like in this colorway, I was like, do you know what? I might get sick of that like really orange wood color after a while, so I just spray painted them white, like spray paint them is what I would do before we installed them. So it's still the same material and everything, but it would just be spray painted white. And then I couldn't help myself. I went back to a more slightly greeny blue tile background just because I love green so much. And there's green outside, so we bring the green inside. So I was like, do you know what? We can put a green in here that's got just enough blue in it that it won't read brown. So that's why I threw that back in. And by going with this color swatch, I was able to bring these chairs back because I really like the idea of having a cushion on the seat. So this is kind of where we're at with the kitchen. Everything else is exactly the same. And yeah, so this is where we're at with the kitchen. I'm really happy with it. It looks nice. Again, everything is kind of like subject to change, but we'll sit with this one for a little while and then we'll like revisit it as we go. So now I think for this part, we'll tackle the dining room, and maybe honestly, we'll do the living room too, because why not while we're here. So for the dining room, I like the idea of having the darker table because I think we need something in this otherwise white space to kind of root it down. And I was looking, we do have this in real life, and it's actually more this wood tone, so I'll swap it to that wood tone instead of the really dark one, just because it's more true to what we actually have. But for that reason, I think we'll keep the table almost black. It's not quite black, but it's almost there, just to help root the design down. And then for dining chairs, I need a comfortable dining chair. It's just a must-have for us. We have a lot of people over, and I love hosting. So when we're hosting, like everybody's just you're around the table. We need the comfy chairs. I want everyone to feel super warm and cozy and like just very comfortable. I don't mind the idea of a white chair, but in a dining room, white chairs can be a little dangerous just because you can put stuff on them, and I'm not sure how much it actually costs, but there is this technology, it's called Krypton, and you can get fabrics in it. I don't know how much it is, but with Krypton, it's like a treatment that goes on the fabrics and it makes them extremely stain resistant. And I haven't tested this or anything. It's just how it's, company marketing, but also some reputable interior designers have spoken to Krypton, and they say that apparently you can dump red wine on white Krypton fabrics and it won't stain. So take that with a grain of salt. If that is true and it's at a accessible kind of price, because it was like a celebrity designer that was talking about it, so who knows, it might be like 10 grand a chair, which would be absolutely ludicrous and never going to happen. But if it turns out to be semi-accessible, we'll pretend these are Krypton. So because I like them a lot. Anyway, so that's the dining room. On the table itself, I don't know if I would really put anything on our table. I mean, maybe some greenery just because, but I'm not sure what. Like, that's a little white on white. Pop of red, maybe? The room can take it. So maybe pop, yeah. pop a red. It plays off of the red on there. Orange. I'm a sucker for orange. Green and orange are two of my favorite colors. Actually, that's pretty subtle. Maybe we'll go with that one for now. So that'll be our dining room. And I was thinking about it. I'm actually gonna remove these for now and go with something else because I think we need to rethink how much wood storage we actually have in this house. Because it gets really cold and I want to make sure that we have adequate wood storage in here. So maybe these cubbies along here could be for wood storage with the stove there. So we could run them under the window, and then on top of it, that could be our, like, maybe a window seat or something. So I could take, where are they? I think they're in clutter, these, but these are gonna slot right in there, which is not ideal. Now if I do this, are you gonna snap down like the second you are? Great. There we go. That'll work. When in doubt, okay, I'm gonna like spam all of these on there, and then once those slots are filled, go about it this way, because I want probably two there. This is gonna look a little chaotic, but bear with me. Probably put one there, maybe another one over here. Kind of like that, maybe. And then we'll delete these out of there, and then all those. And for those of you who are maybe like, how am I doing that? It's just move objects on with the 9 key. The 9 key raises, and I think it's the 0 key that lowers. And then maybe we'll throw some of these more colorful pillows on it. Was it that color? Yeah, there we go. Got some like blue and orange and whatever across here, which I think looks nice. So I love color, but I don't want to commit to having like our built-ins and whatever, like the expensive stuff as color, because throw pillows, like if you get sick of this, you can just, you know, go pick up another throw pillow. They're not that, like, it's a really easy way to change up the look of your space without committing to like a demo and all that other stuff. So, and then we have to have these. I'm actually going to adjust this over just so this sits all on the same platform, because that's just makes more sense to me. And then I want something for over here. I don't like the idea of a mirror right where you're eating. It's just not conducive of a good meal to me. Like, who wants to look at themselves when they're eating? But I need something that will fill this kind of gap here. And maybe something like that's a little too samey with those colors. So maybe something like this, but it needs to be a little more visible. Something like that, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe I just jump this over here. Maybe I'll just do that. So there we go. Jump this plant over here. We have a lot of plants in our house. I said in the very first video, like the overview of the concept, that where I went over like the layout and our decision-making choices and all that other stuff of like the actual shell of the home, that my partner is an avid green thumb. So we have quite a few plants through our house, and we don't have anything this big yet, but I used to have a palm, like a palm like this in, I think it was like my first or second apartment. And I loved it so much. I love having the greenery in the space. So, and I miss having something of that size. They take a lot of water though. So it's one of those things that you really have to look out. But being this close to these windows, like these windows are south facing, so having all of that natural light coming in, I think it would handle it just fine. And being next to the fire too, the more tropical plants should be okay. But yeah, the last one that I had, it died from spider mites. They're like little white like bugs basically that get into tropical plants like that, and they just like they wreak havoc all over it. They're really hard to get rid of, and you have to like chop it all the way down and hope that it grows back. And it just wasn't it was tragic. It didn't last very long. And for this thing here, there is a local artist in our city. They do gorgeous like maps or whatever of the city that we live in, and they do like a print in ink, and then she watercolors the prints. And rather than it be like a present day modern map, they're all historical maps of like of the area that I live in. We live in a very old city in Canada, and it's like all of their inspiration comes from like old maps and old like chartography and locations and things like that. And they do all of it in watercolor and ink. So I would love to have one of them about this size and have it in the dining room. It's on my wish list of things to get. And we'll throw a clock up. I like clocks. It's kind of a family thing. My grandfather used to fix up clocks. It's a lost art, but I remember there was like their house was full of them. They had like different cuckoo clocks and grandfather clocks and tabletop clocks and all that other stuff. And he used to like look in the back and follow the maker's marks and all that other stuff to both like repair them and do all of like the little woodworking and things on it. So it's kind of something that I love. And actually, I was never good at it, but he really was, and I have some pretty fond memories of that. So maybe I'll throw one of these clocks up here in honor of him, to like have something like that in there. And then yeah, he can't like, he doesn't really do it much anymore, but it was something that he loved doing when he was a little younger. So I'll throw one of these up here, so we have a little piece of some stuff that he likes to do. And then we need something there. I'm not sure what, but I want some, maybe blank space is fine. Okay, living room. I'm just going to get rid of all of this. Now, this was just like placeholder furniture so that I could figure out how much space I had. So over here, we have a sectional couch right now, and I love it. But I don't think this space is big enough for the size of couch that we actually have at the moment. Our current living room is, we're lucky. We have a very spacious living room. The rest of our house isn't very big. But the living room itself is huge for the size of house that we have, and our couch is, like, I'm not even joking, that size. It fits in our present living room, but I don't think it would in a house this big. This isn't exactly downsized, but it's just split up differently. So I don't think we would do that. Do I want a black couch? No. I kind of want to have some fun. There was when I was couch shopping a little while ago, like clearly we didn't end up getting it. We got a massive couch instead. But there was a really colorful, like nice looking couch that I must admit I wasn't brave enough to purchase, because I thought that investing in something that color, and it was pretty similar to this, like it was pretty similar to that tone. It wasn't an L couch, it was like whatever you call it, like just a standard couch like that. But I wasn't brave enough to buy it, And I'm wondering, like maybe I should have, but I don't know if it necessarily goes with these colors over here. Does it really matter? I don't know if it really matters, because this kind of clashes. This is a complement, and these are close enough on the color wheel that maybe it's okay. But then over here, this is... I mean, it complements the green, but I don't want it to feel like Christmas. I don't think it does. I think this blue is pulling enough blue out of that it doesn't feel like a direct... Doesn't feel like a direct thing. It's fine. We'll live a little. And if I don't like it, I can change it, because it's not in real life yet. So, this is a good exercise, and let's see what we think we want, and then let's sit with it for a little bit and go from there. This is a big print. I don't have anything like this in real life, but this is the size that we would need to fit in this area, so I'm not sure what it will be. I do paint myself, so I'd probably do a custom piece for our house. And this would be like the size that I would need to have to fit in here. So I'll just put that there to mark it. And then maybe something like that. Yeah, that's kind of nice. And then over here, I think practically we need something with a back on it. I'm half tempted just to put something like this down, just because why not? Like realistically, this is where guests would sit, and then I'd be over here, but I think we need something with a back on it. And this couch here kind of works. I don't know if that's too much. I don't know if it's too many pillows. Maybe it's too many pillows. It's a shame, I like that couch. This one I think is too square. I'm not normally a feng shui person, clearly. This house is not very feng shui. But one thing that I do like from feng shui is the idea of like hard corners. Like this isn't feng shui. This, like, you can't flow around that. But I like the size of this table, but the idea of having more curve and less hard edges on like your seating surfaces in particular, I kind of like that. I like the idea of that, so maybe we'll find something that's a little more kind of, I don't know, subtle and curvy, if that makes any sense. That's a little too dark. That's a little too light. It's like Goldilocks. This one's too dark, this one's too light, and unfortunately, since this is The Sims, there isn't one that is just right. I just cracked myself up. It's fun. This is kind of cool. Kind of like this. It's a little organic. Got like a high spot to a little smooth low spot. I don't mind it. And this room can actually take the pattern. So maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure it fits the aesthetic. It's a little... I don't know. I don't know if this knows what it wants to be. Like, it feels a little... It feels a little Victorian meets boho, and I'm not sure it fits. I don't know. Apologies to anybody who likes transitional stuff, but I was watching a video recently, and an interior designer said something that actually really resonated with me. They said that transitional stuff is basically just when you can't make up your mind on if you want traditional or modern. So, which is fun. Kind of a fun way of thinking about it. So, maybe I can go with this color. We can bring some of that wood back from over here. So we have like the orange there, there's a touch of orange here, and a touch of that wood color on this side of the house. Which, that's not bad. Because I think this might be a little too heavy on the black. You want the black to like root the design with the table, but you don't want it to overwhelm the space. So, I don't know. I don't know, maybe we just go with this. Because this is a little too white. I'm not brave enough for a white sofa. but I think I can carry the wood tone over here without it competing too hard. Although that feels a little cut off-esque. Maybe I should just do these. Although I'm not a huge fan of like chairs when they're angled like that, but just put them normally. Yeah, when in doubt, put chairs normally. Because if you think about it, like when you're like this, you have to like crane your neck that way to look at this person, and then you have to crane it that way to look at this person, and I'm like, it's just not conducive of a good conversation. Whereas if you're sitting like this and you're in this chair, it's just like, okay, I can talk to you folks, and then I can turn and talk to you folks. Although having said that, I like the idea of maybe these being on spinners. So that way if you have like people surrounded by, like surrounding the table and you're sitting here, you can like pivot the chair. Maybe that's a good idea. These look like they can pivot. These look like spinny chairs. We have a spinny chair right now in our living room, and I love it. And actually, in that colorway, it can take the black. And then maybe something like this in the middle, just as a little side table, so you can put a drink down. And then I'll put a candle on it because I love candles. I arguably have too many candles, but that's okay. Little small luxuries. The two luxuries that I want to have in any type of dream home, and it's something that I really want to budget one day just to have, is like fresh flowers in my house and candles. That's my sign of success. If I have fresh flowers and candles burning in my house, I'm good. Like that's me. That's I've made it if that happens. Which is you know, it's the small things that I treasure. Maybe I'll throw another one of these over here. Which I like that a lot. And then we need a table lamp or something like that. There's this I think it was maybe a Scandinavian design concept. Maybe, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure where it came from. But for some reason I think it was Scandinavia. But there's this thing that you want to have 5 sources of light in a space. So whether that be like a ceiling light, table lamp, natural light, floor lamp, that type of stuff. Sconce, like you want 5 sources of light so that way you have choice. Because nobody looks good in direct overhead lighting, and having that be your only source. You need different varieties of light to create depth in a room, and that's something that it's a skill that I'm working on currently. I'm not going to claim to be good at it, but it's you know, it's good to have goals to work towards. And one thing that I have to throw in this house while I'm thinking about it, we have a big aloe vera plant, and like we love it. My partner has been growing it for ever. I'm not sure how old it is, but it's been around for a long time, and we love it a lot. And there are aloe plants now in The Sims that came in the update, which yay, love it. It's not quite this big, but it's getting there. So we'll throw that in the corner, so that way we have it in here. So, which would make sense for why we've moved this over there. So we've kind of got like high plants, low plants, stuff that like, you know, guides our eyes around the place. I like this. This is kind of fun, actually. I think it's coming together. And I like this lamp, kind of a cast down light. So when I'm reading, I have something that can do that, and then I don't have to have this on. Can you imagine like the fireplace on, this light down? Obviously everything's on a dimmer. Little wall sconce over there. Love it. Now, we need something by this table. I'm not sure what. Not sure what. Maybe, okay, I'm just gonna do this again just so I can move this over. I think if I move this pillow to maybe there, I can delete these and then throw maybe a lamp on here. Now the question is, what style lamp do I want? Something like that? No. I like this. This is a cool lamp. And maybe in like a... Yeah, we can throw it in a black. Just something there to throw, have another little cast of light, because like these would be on dimmers, so you could dim those down and then have kind of like your candle lights around the place. I think that's good. I think that's all right. And then over here, because I'm weird, I would want the, no, that's fine. Yeah, I think the mismatched woods are okay. Just, I mean, look at a forest. There's no matching wood in a forest, so why are we matching wood in interiors? Like, just to put it totally bluntly, and I'm just gonna throw that down there for outdoor continuity. But, you know, putting it bluntly, stuff doesn't match in nature, so why do we feel the need to, like, match stuff in interior design? That's, I mean, that's where I'm at. I'd always have a book on the coffee table, and I try not to be the person that puts like books that I either haven't read or have no intention of reading on the coffee table. Like, these would be more quote-unquote decorative books, but I want them to be something that I actually use. So maybe it's like design book or something like that, maybe photography, whatever. Something just to keep an eye out on. You could just grab if you want some little inspiration, and like you could rotate them in and out. And then I want something over here. There's no color on that. I need some color in my art. I really like this piece of art. I don't know why. It's one of my favorites in The Sims. I'm not sure. Your Sims should be able to get up and down those stairs without... Hang on. If I turn this off... Can I place that there, or is it going to be mad at me? I can. Okay, your Sims will be fine. There we go. And like this wouldn't be that color. So this would be the blue and everything over here, which would pull that over to this side. So I think that works. I'll turn this back on. Sweet. And I think I'll do, just to finish the upstairs area, I'll give you a little rundown. So in here, we have this bench in right now. It's in our entryway currently. And this is a graphic pillow. Like, there's some graphic black slashes on the white pillow, which I really love. So this would actually be up front and that would be out back, but this does the trick. These are some of my own paintings. I'd have those up, so they'd be custom paintings that I would have here. And then this credenza currently doesn't exist, so we'd pick it up secondhand and stain it. So that'll be all that's in here. We do have a plant like this right now, so it would go here in the entryway just because I like having the greenery. And then for the bathroom, I like the idea of the blue in the bathroom. I think the blue's okay, but maybe we'll swap out the floor. I think I'd go like a bluer blue. Bluer blue, a darker blue. Is that too heavy on the tile? That's too heavy on the tile. Do you know what we could do, actually? I think this comes in a blue. It does. We could fully immerse this. Or, actually, since this is a powder bath, do we want to go a little... Do we want to go a little crazy and do something like this? Taking some inspiration. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but if you haven't, I would encourage you to. Troye Sivan's Architectural Digest video that they put out where they toured their house. They're like, it's essentially an outhouse. It's in their back garden, and just the colors that they're in there, it was like this really deep color like this, and I just thought it was so cool. And since it's a kind of guest bathroom, why not? Like, why not? Why not have some fun? We need more fun in interior design. I think the trends are going that way too. Not that I care about trends all that much, but like the old like everything white and pale, and you know, it's kind of a meme now, but like millennial gray. If you did that, no worries. My house is very gray at the moment. Like, it's all white and gray walls and everything, and I love it. And like, clearly I like white walls. The walls are all white in this place too. But just having moments of color, or like just bold pops and stuff like that, I think we're doing maximalism, but maximalism right, for lack of a better word. Like, maximalism done properly is super cool, but it takes a skilled hand to do it. And I think, like, I don't know, the problem with maximalism is, like, just because you put everything on a shelf doesn't mean it's maximalism. It just is clutter. To be totally blunt on that, there's a difference between maximalism and clutter, and I think that for the longest time we've just gone clutter instead of maximalism. So seeing like the bold pops and the patterns and stuff like that coming back, I think it's what maximalism arguably should have been, and now we're seeing it. And actually, I'm gonna put the exact same fixtures back in here because I think they were kind of cool. Because, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe black? No, black. Everything shows up on black in a bathroom. You want like mid-tones and grays and stuff like that in the bathroom, because stuff like it looks cleaner. And then for over here, maybe no. Let's go. I don't know what it is about these toilets. They seem off somehow. I don't know how. Does anybody else notice that? Like this toilet in particular, it looks a little kind of like a porta potty almost. Same with these, like the eco toilet, like it just looks, also it's an eco toilet, but it doesn't function off the grid. An eco lifestyle was all about like functioning off the grid, and I don't understand why. Little tangent, but still, it's a thing. We could do the bidet. I mean, we'd be on a well, so it's not like we couldn't. I mean, they're all over Europe and people love them. Yeah, why not? Sure, okay. I've never used one. If you have, you know, I don't know where I was going with that. But, you know, kind of a cool idea. Maybe this type of sink is cool, but there's no storage in it. I would want some storage. maybe this kind of pulls off of the colors on that's in there. That's kind of nice. White mirror. I really like that mirror, actually. It looks like it's a mirror that's got some storage behind it. So that's always welcome and fun. This needs to come over here. And I wish that we had more colors for this. I don't have the bathroom clutter kit. I probably should, but yeah. Sometimes I struggle with the thought that you have to go and download all this extra content. So I just haven't. And then maybe we'll throw some plants in here. Just because it's good to have greenery in every bathroom. And then it's tile floor, so we don't have to do anything else. And if water gets on it, it gets on it. It's not that big a deal. Sure. No. This is throwing me off. I love how I went through the whole spiel about maximalism done right and everything. I just don't think it's me. This feels a little public toilet. Maybe we go back to the blue. Still feels a little public toilet. That's a little better. Literally back to exactly the same thing I just had. That's kind of funny. Maybe I'll throw this on. So it's got the same pattern, it's just in a calmer color scheme. I think that's okay. And actually, maybe, no, because of the window. No, because of the window. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Sure. I'm seriously overthinking this bathroom, but I think it's okay. It's just a little bathroom, whatever. All right. And then I like this out here. This is fine. This here would be like it turns on in game, and I love the idea of having something like that. It would run off of propane, which would be totally fine. So you could have some heat out there on colder nights. So I think that's going to be the whole upstairs kind of redesigned, and I like it. It feels fun. It feels like me. I can see my partner really liking this too. Like it's got colors and stuff like that that he really enjoys. Like this is one of his favorite colors, and this is one of mine. So, and the plants and stuff like that. Like it's cool. Plus swivel chairs. He loves the swivel chairs. And then of course the candles and stuff. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna leave this part here. That's the whole upstairs, and we'll come back on the next part. And I think for the next part we'll do. I like the landing already. Like this landing and hallway. There's not much that we can do with it, so I like this already. So I think maybe we'll rethink the layout of the primary bedroom. And I was thinking about it, and since like I don't really intend on playing The Sims in this house, maybe I will do up the laundry room kind of how I would want the laundry room done. So we'll do the primary and the laundry room in the next part. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think so far. We're working away, so we'll come back in a few days and do the primary bedroom and the laundry room. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to find me on the gallery, I am tylovsims. You can find all of my works up there, and some that I haven't made videos on are up there and everything too. And like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Awesome, and bye everybody.